Hello and welcome back to another 6-scale figure review with me, your host, That Mania. And today we have Ahsoka Tano from her own show, Ahsoka without the Tano. So this is Ahsoka in white, or as fans have started to call her, Ahsoka the White, because she just does her little Gandalf trick and then calls it a day. It does claim to improve some things from the first one, the face sculpt, the Leku length, which was already weird, the Mandalorian, because they just went with these shorter ones. It was weird. Hopefully the arm isn't a problem, but we'll just have to wait and see on that part. But here's the box. It's Ahsoka with her iconic white lightsaber, and then her sidekick little Ahsoka right down there. Normal Star Wars box is just gonna be all black, and then your stuff on the back. Anyway, why don't we get Ahsoka out of the box and onto the spinning turntable. So straight out of the box here, you can see she comes with her iconic character-defining Ahsoka cloak. Ahsoka cloaka. So it does have the poncho that is notorious in Star Wars that Ahsoka started wearing at the end of the Clone Wars series, and then just wore in The Mandalorian, and then now in this. I don't really know why it's an Ahsoka thing at this point, but the Ahsoka cloaka, it's nice. It's a brighter white than the previous one, which is that darker gray. It does sit nicely on top, so I'm not too worried about that. And there's a lot of good to be seen here. The sculpt's looking nice. The Leku's looking a lot bigger. And overall, it's a nice outfit. I'm just really worried that I'm gonna start posing this and the arms are gonna snap just like the last one. But that's a only time will tell thing. And now that I have, hindsight, I can now be more cautious about this because of Hot Toys' weird and unsavory ways of connecting things. Anyway, let's get her off of the spinning turntable here and talk about everything she comes with. So, like I said previously, she comes with her Ahsoka cloaka, which just is comfortable. It's got a big hood because she's got a big head. So that's the hood. But it just kind of, sits in the... And it sits comfortably enough. You just got to make it... The hood does have a loose wire in it. It's not the greatest wire, but it is a wire nonetheless. So you just got to make it work for you. And it should sit perfectly fine if you want the Ahsoka with the cloak on. Look, we do have her iconic lightsabers. Short and long. Very nice pieces. They are virtually identical to the last releases, with a few minor touch-ups and changes. But overall, it's pretty much the exact same thing. Hold on, I gotta fix my Mandalorian version of Ahsoka because I just ripped her arm off to do that. She does come with two wired versions, which, that's the new Hot Toys thing. Instead of batteries, we have wires, which look okay. You have the little packs to wrap them around. So it's not too bad overall. I haven't been using these because, that's a million USBs to keep track of, and it gets overwhelming. We do have short and long blade for the respective lightsabers, and short and long whoosh for also their respective lightsaber color or size. And then we have Angry Face, which I don't really like, but it should just... You just gotta take from the... Yeah, there we go. So from the Leku, right, you just take it off and you just kind of want to make it work. Then you have Angry Face, which again, not a look that is something I will probably use in the long run. I'm not a huge fan of Ahsoka Angry Face. Hold on, let's get a little closer. I'll double time in here so you get a bit of better light on the face. But yeah, there's Angry Face, and it's not doing it for me. I can understand why you would use it. I don't know. I just don't want to see angry Ahsoka teeth. Feels a little odd. Now, excuse me while I take this off real quick so I can put the head back on because it'll be easier this way. All right, and there we go. So let's talk about Ahsoka here. So I like the sculpt. It's a lot more straightforward than the previous one. It looks a lot more Rosario Dawson. The previous one looked kind of like a mix of like they were trying to go with their weird live action Clone Wars Ahsoka style and Rosario Dawson. So it never quite hit either. But this one definitely has dedicated itself only to looking like Rosario Dawson. And it looks really good. The line work on Ahsoka's face is really nice. It's crisp. It's clear. Her headpiece is a nice, like, gunmetal grayish, which also looks really good. The Leku look much better this time around with a more bluish than a gray. It's more like a blue-gray. As opposed to just... It's like a blue-gray as opposed to, like, blue on the previous ones. It just looks much better. Overall, they're bigger, as they should be, because if you remember in Rebels, they were already pretty long. So it was weird when they were shorter in The Mandalorian. I get it was like a weird budget, not a budgetary thing, but just like a prop thing. But this definitely has a bit more fleshed out into it. And it looks really well done. And they did a fantastic job at recreating it finally. Because I can only imagine that this took some work. And you can see there's some nice like skin creasings. And it just looks really nice. I like the little horns at the top. Ahsoka's Leku has always been an interesting piece. The Lekus in general have always been interesting, but Ahsoka specifically has always been really nice because it's got a lot of pieces to it. Other than that, coming down, we do have the scary seamless arm dimension where we have that seamless body underneath and yeah. But the seamless body does look nice. At least they don't have those jarring arm gaps like Scarlet Witch did. So that's always good. Because I mean, look how much skin is showing. You have to be a seamless body at this point. But you can see it does look really nice. The outfit does have a much crisper white and gray outfit, which stands out a lot. It's got a very bright and hopeful color to it. So I very much like it. The whites have this nice patterning to them. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. You can see it's got a very Japanese feeling to it. Which is obviously the case. They were going for like a samurai kind of feel with Ahsoka, which is a nice route to take, so I'll accept it. And it does look really good. We got the arm wrappings. This same with the last one, you could see the arms inside there. It scares me that you can see the arms inside there, which means there's probably a shoddy connector joint. Hopefully it's like a die-cast connector joint or something that'll be a little bit more worthwhile. I haven't checked myself because I'm terrified to. But then we have the belt here, which looks really nice. We have these little dangling gangles. I like those. They add some little bit of color and flair to the outfit that wasn't previously there. Because the other gangles and dangles were all black and brown. I've got Ahsoka right here next to me, so I can talk mad about them. We do have these little side pouches, just like the previous one, but they are nice white this time. It's like Ahsoka just had a second outfit that was white, but like from the pants down, because it's pretty much like the pants are the same. She's got these like loose, baggy parachute pants with these things on the side. On the back, you got the fray. You got this fray here, or the knot with all the things hanging down. It's a nice little touch. Then we have the boots, which are more, this time, strapped on there. The other ones have like back straps. This one looks like it's tied around, which is an interesting look, to say the least. You can see the armor goes over to the shoe, so does the back of the pants. So not bad overall. And we do have this fun display base. I don't usually talk about display bases, but I like this one. So you can see it's got the logo here. It's bigger, it's badder. It's got this little backing thing. Just enough to make it look like something. Usually display bases, boring little square. This one's at least got some life to it. So I've accepted it into my overall. I probably won't use it because it takes up a lot of space, but at least it's something. But yeah, that is main Ahsoka. Now we've got some real comparisons to do. So why don't we start with the Ghost crew. So here is Ahsoka and Sabine and poor little Chopper. I am so happy that I've almost gotten all the characters that I want from Ahsoka. There's only 2 more left that I need to acquire. And they're all... Oh, one's more Ghost Crew. The other one happens to be the other one with Baylan. So we're almost there. Still hoping that at some point Hot Toys just decides to make a Zeb or Ezra from the show, or Kanan for some reason, just so I can have the full Ghost Crew. But the fact that I've gotten this far in the Ghost Crew is not bad. I'm fairly happy that I've gotten at least 2, 3. I'm going to technically count Ahsoka for now because she's been a part of the Ghost Crew every now and then for a couple of silly little episodes. But we're getting there. We're getting somewhere. It's taken a while, but we're finally getting the Ghost guys, and they all look really good together. Next up, I'm going to pull out the old Ahsoka. When this Mando Ahsoka first came out, I thought it looked really good. Like, I was like, oh my god, it looks just like her. I don't know why I thought that. I really don't. Like, I saw people saying, oh, it doesn't look anything like her. And now I see it. Now that I have her likeness right there in front of me, I don't even know who the Mando Ahsoka is trying to be. I don't know. You know, those rose-colored glasses kind of thing. I was like, oh, another Ahsoka in my collection. But you can see it is night and day between these two. Her Leku is white, and it's got the grayish blue, as opposed to this weird, like, tannish and just straight blue. It is so far from the same thing. I think the bodies are pretty much the same, though. You can see we could both have that, like, open, exposed shoulder area. The outfit layout is fairly the same. You can see it just stripes here in the middle, and then, you know, splays out to the pants part. But these sculpts are crazy different. It is insane. I like the brown headpiece though, with the silver there. It stands out a bit more than this one, which kind of just blends in to the same coloration area as the stripes on the Leku, which might be intentional, but it does just kind of blend into the piece as opposed to the brown one, which does stand out a bit more. It's really up to you which one you prefer. But you can see just overall, these Ahsokas are night and day, literally. I also forgot to mention Ahsoka's no longer wearing those weird toe shoes, which is nice. Good on you, Ahsoka. You finally made a good fashion choice in your life. But wow, these are 2 completely different people. And that is crazy. Moving on, let's talk about Baylan. So as is the case, Baylan should be a lot bigger than Ahsoka, and he is a lot bigger than Ahsoka. He was a powerhouse, he was huge, and he was intimidating. and the figure really captured that. And it definitely helps that Ahsoka feels smaller than him, like she should, and he just feels like a mass presence, which he does. And they look really nice together. I can't wait to get the last couple characters from the show that I want, not all the weird tertiary stuff, so that I can have like everyone together and see how this line has turned out, despite not getting the few more characters that I definitely did want. I forgot I got Thrawn. Thrawn's my favorite character in Star Wars. I completely forgot that I had him. I was just like, I forgot he's from Ahsoka. I just thought I had a Thrawn. But yeah, when I get all the characters that I wanted together, after I get the last couple here, and maybe at some point we'll get an Ezra and a Hu Yang. But for now, these two look really nice, but she has to go to articulation. So let's do that right now. So we're not going to get much out of Ahsoka here. We're going to get it this far, and this far, and this far, and this far. A little uppy and downy. Arm goes up, I'd say about that far, before it looks weird. Because of the shoulder and the skin. Oh boy, here we go. Arm goes up about that far comfortably. I don't like any of this. Arm goes back about that far uncomfortably. Let's be being very careful at the elbow. 90. This elbow on mine is really stiff, so it'll probably not be moving all that much. Decent spread at the leg. The leg goes up about that far. Leg goes back, ooh, about that far. Knee bend, solid. And you got ankle articulation, so you could hit those poses that you need to. She's just a little limited in the top half of her body, which is to be expected with a seamless body and a big headpiece thing like this. Anyway, let's wrap up this video. Before we go on, in case you were wondering, this is what the other Ahsoka sculpt looks like on the previous Ahsoka. It looks a little stumpy, but you could probably make it work if you wanted to. If you really just wanted this Ahsoka body in a new head. If you got a new head, it technically would work. You just gotta make it work. Anyway, to the end of the video. So Ahsoka the White and Angry here is a solid update to a figure that in my brain didn't really need an update, but now that I've seen the error of my ways, definitely needed an update. And this is an upgrade of a figure. I thought releasing two Ahsoka so quickly, especially when one hadn't released yet, the other one had gone on for pre-order, I was like, this isn't worthwhile. I almost didn't pick this up because I was like, it's too much all at once. But I'm so glad I did, because not only does it complete my Ahsoka line with the main character, but also it just looks so much better. It's got good accessories. It's got a second sculpt, despite me not really being a big fan of it. It offers more. The only thing I like about the other one is that it had the deluxe, and it came with the light and the log and another Grogu for my Grogu collection. But I definitely like this one a lot more than the previous one. I like the brighter outfit. It feels more Ahsoka. Well, that's embarrassing. Alright. I like that Ahsoka has this brighter outfit again after having a more positive outlook on life. Like, there was changing factors. It wasn't just like she's like, I want to wear a light color today. No, it was like a life-changing experience, and so she's got a different way of seeing things now. So it's a character thing as well. I'm spinning this by hand because I forgot to charge my table. But I absolutely recommend this figure if you don't already have it. It is definitely something that if you were on the fence about, you should consider getting, because it is a considerable upgrade. Anyway, if you've picked this figure up, or you have the last one and you're happy with that, or if you've picked up anything from the Ahsoka line, what is it? What do you have? Are you happy about it? Are you sad about it? Did you miss something you really wanted? Did you really want something but decide you didn't want it? You know, what do we got working with here? And as always, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to like and subscribe, because the channel's been doing really nicely. And you know, the more you like and subscribe, the more my arm will work at spinning this thing at all times. And liking and subscribing will save me from my sickness. I will perish if you do not like and subscribe immediately. And with all of that out of the way, I've been me, and you've been you, and thank you for watching another 6-scale figure review. Hopefully you join me next time when we review something maybe new. I will see you then.